Hello humans. Okay, for background information, I made a video where I said I had once been an atheist, I'm now a Christian, I don't believe there are any contradictions in the Bible, and then I asked if anyone would like to challenge me to investigate specific passages they believe is a contradiction. So in response, this person asked me, what is a contradiction? So the purpose of this video is to define what a contradiction is. So a writer is guilty of a true contradiction when two facts are affirmed that can't both possibly be true at the same time and in the same manner. Multiple things must be considered before charging the author of a true contradiction. So for example, it would seemingly be a contradiction to say that the apple is red and the apple is not red. Well, yeah, sounds like one. But what if the author was referring to two different apples and didn't bother spelling out that fact? Or perhaps the author had referred first to the skin and then to the pulp. Or maybe the author described the apple over a span of time from when it was ripe and red to when it got rotten and brown. So one must acquire a lot of information before concluding that a true contradiction is present, and writers often don't supply more than necessary details, especially with eyewitness accounts. Authors should be considered innocent until proven guilty. Now, those who claim that the Bible contains contradictions must prove the statements in question could not be resolved by any additional information. So, for example, Matthew 28:5 describes one angel, whereas John 20:12 describes two angels. However, this is not a true contradiction because Matthew did not expressly state there was only one angel, and wherever there are two, there's always one. Matthew focused on the one angel who spoke and what was heard, whereas John focused on how many angels were present total and what he saw, right? Yes. So the details matter. Think about it this way. So if two witnesses were to describe the Zodiac killer, and one said that the Zodiac had a gun in his hand, and the other witness stated that the Zodiac had a rope in his hand, well, those two statements sound contradictory, but they could both be partial statements. So perhaps the Zodiac had a gun in one hand and a rope in the other. One witness, a male, could have been focused on the gun due to fear of dying. The other witness, a female, could have been focused on the rope due to fear of being tied up and raped. And what if people off in the distance both gave different descriptions? One saying that he heard a gunshot and the other saying he saw taillights of a car leaving the location. So the former was focused on what had been heard, the latter had been focused on what had been seen. So for this specific example, a partial or divergent report does not require a false report or a true contradiction. So now, with all that in mind, use your detective skills. The Bible contains many different eyewitness testimonies. There are many apparent contradictions, but do you have any true contradictions? Let me know. If you want me to investigate it, let me know.